Alright, hey everybody, today we're going to be making a delicious roast dish. And it's got mashed potatoes on top of sourdough bread with a mushroom au jus gravy over top. It is simply delicious. To start, this is a 3-pound eye of round roast. And I've got some twine here ready to tie it up. You can use any twine as long as it's cotton. It'll go in the oven. Just make sure you wet it first. Tie it at 3-inch intervals. We're going to get this tied up and get right back with you. Alright, our roast is all tied up, ready to go in the oven. We want to season this very liberally with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and a little onion powder if you want. And we're going to put this in an oven at 375 for 20 minutes per pound. So this is a 3-pound roast. We're going to cook this for 1 hour. And once it comes out, we're going to cover it with some foil and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. And we're going to shave it nice and thin, and it should be perfectly medium rare roast beef. Alright, we're going to go over our ingredients to make this entire dish. First of all, we have some sourdough bread. You can use other bread, but I highly recommend using this one. It's already pre-sliced. We're going to get that toasted up at the very end. We have some fresh broccoli. You can use frozen if you like. I prefer the fresh. I have some potatoes we're going to get peeled from mashed potatoes. And we're going to have an onion diced up. I'm going to put some fresh garlic inside of here. We have some mushrooms, beef stock, we've got some butter, real butter, and we've got Swiss cheese, Lipton soup mix, beefy onion flavor. We have salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, extra virgin olive oil, Worcestershire sauce, and a little bit of flour. I'm going to go through and show you the ingredients as we make it. One ingredient I forgot to mention, heavy cream. Don't forget this. Alright, little tip, you don't even want to start making this until your roast is out of the oven because it has to rest for 15 to 20 minutes. So go ahead and get all your prep work done, get your broccoli sliced up, get your potatoes peeled. You can go and make the mashed potatoes, get that out of the way if you like. So we're going to get started on this. Get chopping up these vegetables here. Okay, we're going to go over our ingredients here. We've got our medium onion already diced up. We've got 1 whole large package of mushrooms. In here I've got about 3 cloves of garlic, 1 large one and 2 smaller ones. In here this is 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I've got a ½ teaspoon of salt, ½ teaspoon of pepper. And I went in doing a couple of the beef bouillon in there. And we're going to season this to taste as we go. This is just a starter. I've got about 1½ tablespoons of flour. And we're going to use 1 whole pack of the Lipton soup mix recipe. Got the potatoes going, got the broccoli going, so we're going to get this going here. Okay, in our pan we're going to go ahead and add our extra virgin olive oil, just a couple tablespoons or so to cook the bottom of the pan. Get the pan really nice and hot, then we're going to add our mushrooms in. Once the mushrooms are sauteed real well, we're going to add in the onions. Alright, our pan is good and hot, so we're going to add our olive oil in. Enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Let that heat up just for a minute here. We're going to go ahead and add our mushrooms in. This is going to be good. And cook these till they're nice and dark brown, a lot smaller in size. Then add your onions in. Okay, pan is nice and hot, so in go the mushrooms. I'll cook these down a little bit. Okay, our roast is done. We're going to get this out of the oven here. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Put this over here out of the way. Now, we're going to let that rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Cover with foil. Okay, mushrooms are still cooking. I'm going to cook them up for a few more minutes. Take them off. Okay, I just went ahead and added my onions into my mushroom mixture. Onions are fairly dark. I like mine a little darker, but I want you to quit cooking with them. Let's see what I got here. And these look really good. See the color on them. We're going to sweat these onions down, get them nice and soft, and add our next ingredients. Okay, I believe our onions and our mushrooms have sweated down enough. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add in our garlic. Again, this is about 3 cloves. That's going to go in there. And to that, we're going to go add in our half stick of butter. Put this in. We're going to get this cooking for a few minutes just to cook that raw garlic out. This butter all melted in there. This is going to be good. Oh, it smells amazing so far. Alright, once this is all incorporated and cooks now for a few minutes, you're going to go ahead and add in your flour. Your flour is going to be your thickener. Basically making a roux again. Once you make your roux, you're going to take the Worcestershire and add in there along with your beef stock. I'm going to cook this out just for a few more minutes, let this butter melt. Alright, boy, I wish you could smell this. This smells so good. Alright, now to this, we're going to go ahead and add in our flour. Cook this in for a few minutes. You don't want a raw flour flavor. I'm going to get this all mixed in. And again, this is 3 tablespoons of flour. I think I said 2 earlier, but it's actually 3. Now it should clump up like that. Let it cook just for a minute or 2. Then we're going to go ahead and add in our Worcestershire. We're going to add in our chicken stock, or beef stock, not chicken stock. If you use chicken stock, who knows what it'll taste like. Add it a little bit at a time. It's kind of getting thick on me. I don't know if you can see that or not. And keep adding the stock. At the very end of this, we're going to go ahead and add in our seasonings. And then we're going to add our heavy cream at the very last. It's cooking, it's still getting thicker. We'll add more stock. And just keep cooking this. Oh, I can't wait to try this. Now there's 5 people in my family, so if you want to make less, cut the ingredients in half or make smaller batches, but we have 5 people, so I make a lot. Plus you have leftovers, which are even better. Now to this, we're going to go add in our Lipton recipe before we add the rest of our broth in. That's going to go right in. At this time, we're going to go ahead and add our seasoning as well. Get this all incorporated nicely. And again, you want to adjust the salt and pepper to taste if you want it saltier or whatever. Kind of just go by that. Go ahead and add in the rest of this broth. Now, if you like the sauce a little thicker, you can add in a little more flour if you want. I like it a little bit runny because it goes in your mashed potatoes better. But if you want it thicker, that's your choice. So we're going to pause this right now, and we'll get back in just a second once this cooks down some, and we'll add the cream. All right, I just tasted the sauce. The sauce is fantastic. A little bit strong, a strong beefy flavor, but when you add the cream, it'll tone it down just a little bit. And it's a really good spicy flavor. Not hot spicy, but flavorful. So we're going to add the cream in here in just a second. We're going to add that in. Again, this is just a little small pint of it I got. Or half pint, I should say. And this also gives your sauce a nice creamy color. Let this turn in here just for a second. Alright, the sauce has been cooking for a few minutes. Just want to give another final stir. And the sauce is basically done. We've got 4 minutes left for our roast. It's been sitting for 16 minutes so far. Let it rest for 4 more minutes, and we're going to slice the roast open. Let's go ahead and try this sauce. Oh, man. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. It's going to be delicious. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the cover off this. It's been resting for 20 minutes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Now, if you want, you can take that juice and add it back in the sauce and stir it in for a little extra flavor. Let me grab my scissors looks so good. I'm going to go ahead and cut these strings off of here. There's one. I don't know how to get to. And two, and let's get the other one off. Mind you, it is still hot. Ooh. Where's the other half? There it is. Okay, I'm excited to go ahead and cut this open. We grab a knife and we'll see what it looks like on the inside. Alright, let's go ahead and just slice this open here. Cut off a piece and just see. Ooh. This is an outside piece, so it's a little more well done, but it's beautiful, nice and pink on the inside. Perfect. I'm sure the middle will be a little more rare. If you like a little more rare, take it out a little earlier, but we're going to get this plated in just a second. Alright, for our plating, we got our toasted, crispy French dough bread, or sourdough bread. Put that right there. On top of that, put a little scoop of the mashed potatoes right on top. This is going to be so good. Then we're going to take our piece of Swiss cheese right on top of there. Our fresh roast beef we just made. Put that right on top. Just like this. We're going to add our sauce to this. And get a nice big heaping up into that and spread it right on top of there, just like that. Oh yes. That looks amazing. Now, we grab a fork and we cut in this bad boy and see how this tastes. Let's try this here. Mmm. Mmm. Oh my goodness. Mmm. One of the best dishes I've ever made. Hands down. You gotta try this.